Hello, everybody. Happy June 19th, 2020. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on today's show, we have a special player from the SMSA co-op program in the Pequot. And I'm glad that we have another Pequot talent. We've had a lot of coaches. I think you're the first player, if I remember right, from the Pequot. His name, Nate Torres, will be going to his junior year, and he's an inside linebacker. Nate, it's a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure for you to have me, Chris.
Nate, I think before we get into the time with the co-op program, just tell me about kind of your journey into football, because you and I were just discussing about a team that you were on that's had Elijah Camardi, had Banks, who I just talked to yesterday from Hall. The program is producing a lot of talent, man.
Oh yeah, the Hartford Hurricanes youth program is amazing. It all starts off with the president and Phil Bryant. He's an amazing guy to be around. He's all about the kids, and he's dear to my heart. He was a mentor to me and my family.
What kind of stuff did he tell you? Because I know at a young age, a lot of young men, if not everybody who's young, is very impressionable. So for you, was there something that he told you or maybe said to you on the field or off the field that has stuck with you to this point?
It's always been about, like, we're getting better every week. It's like, no matter the opponent, we're getting better every week, and we have to keep pushing, no matter what. Because we want to be the best team in the nation, not just the best team in the state.
What specifically did you have to get better at a young age?
My speed. Because for me, the IQ has always been there. Like, I feel like I have, like, God-given IQ for football. Like, I know about everything that's supposed to go on for every position.
Now, you mentioned the football IQ. Being a linebacker, you're kind of in some ways, depending on the defensive scheme, you're kind of like the quarterback of the defense, because you're not like a cornerback who's all the way back and can't see. Not saying that they're blind, but it's hard to see everything. You're not a defensive lineman, so you're not like up close where you're not being able to see the entire field. You're right in the middle. So talk about your IQ with me.
Well, I feel like I'm surrounded by good teammates who put me in good position to make easier reads and for I can see what people. And in practice, I just listen. Like, I listen to like what coach has to say. Like, coach gives us tips and like reminds us what we have to do, gives us signals, and I just keep those things in my head during the game, so I don't mess up my technique.
Are you the kind of player that, because of your football IQ, you can go? Because I'm sure you watch like the NFL draft. I'm sure you've watched the NFL quarterback camps, where before Gruden became the head coach for the Raiders, he would actually have the quarterbacks come in, and you would have them kind of draw out plays to see kind of how their mind works and their IQ. Are you the kind of player at this time and at the age of what you are right now? Can you do that?
Well, yeah, I watch a lot of film, a very lot of film. Like, I always try to find a way. If I'm not out working, out training, I'm always watching film, trying to see if find a way to get better. Like, I know what my teammates' mistakes are, and I like even if I don't play the position, like I like observing. I know if I have to get thrown in that situation, I know what to kind of do.
Certain players like to, like you said, like to observe. Others just want to go out and do it. Are you more of watch then do, or do and then figure out the rest later?
I feel like I'm a watch, then do, and then I ask a question to see what I can do better, and then I try to perfect it.
So you're the guy that's always asking questions and annoying the crap out of the coaches, but in a good way because you want to get better.
Yes.
That's good. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Trust me. I think coaches would rather get annoyed than not get annoyed and then them asking.
So someone messes up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fantastic, man, really. And you mentioned earlier about how you like to be able to see what you did wrong, and let's go into that. Your sophomore year, just take me and reflect to me on what you thought was, and I thought was a pretty successful sophomore year.
Well, it started week 1. I didn't start. It took till week 3. I started on offense, but on defense, I was getting no play time. I was on the D line. I was just a sub coming in and out. And then something went down, some situation. I started at linebacker week 3, and I was like we started off 2-0, then we went 3-0. We were off to a hot start, and then we played Granby, Granby co-op with Canton. It's a pretty good team. It's a very good coach over there, and it was just like there was a like that's when I had to reconsider myself. Like I had to get better because the week before Morgan, it was my first game ever. I think I had like 12 tackles. Like it was my best game of my career to that point. So we kept moving, and then I think it was week 9 when we played Windsor Locks. It was a clutch game. We needed that win to get into the playoff picture and to sustain our spot. We won the game 22-15, I think. It was the best game of my career right there. I think I had 13 tackles, a forced fumble. And then that's when we had the high. And then we went into the last week against Stafford. And we were down 22-0. And we lost on the last possession 15-22.
That's not bad. It shows the kind of guts and guile that your team has to be able to continuing to fight.
Yeah, and then we played Rockville first round. I know you had Coach Knickerbocker a month ago. We played them, and we felt pretty good. We felt like we could beat them because we played them in a scrimmage before the season, and they only got by a touchdown. But they ended up blowing us out. But I felt like we had a very successful season.
Their offense was, very pronounced. I mean, they had the wide receiver who's going. Yeah, exactly, Jaquan. He's going for his prep year. And he's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him playing on Saturdays down the road as far as a high Division I program. But then again, you also look at it, this is not like professional sports where guys stay for 5 to 10 years, sometimes longer. Mm-hmm. It's very cyclical in a way where, all right, class comes in, then a class goes. Who knows? Rockville lost a lot of talent. They still have talent. We'll see what they can do. SMSA and the co-op year with Classical and now this year Buckley, that is something where now you're getting that extra school, and you and I talked about how they bring in now that offensive line. That's something that the co-op team before has not had.
Yeah, we've lacked offensive line the last couple of years. We had guys like me starting at center because we had to do what we had to do to win. I give Coach Quinn props for making that sacrifice, even though I might have been upset. Making that decision and telling me what I have to do.
And something that I thought was very intriguing to me was you did not play linebacker until week 3, and that you missed the first 2 games. And high school football is not very long as is, especially if you don't make the playoffs. Yeah. And looking at your stats, I mean, you were 3rd on the team in tackles, and you started late per se to the season. So that kind of shows, and you mentioned how you had 12 tackles one game. You had career highs in other games. That just kind of shows that you want to get better and the drive is there.
Yeah, of course. There's always room to get better no matter what. There's always someone competing with you and wanting to be better than you.
And speaking of trying to want to get better, what is the one thing or what are the things that you think you need to get better at rather to go into your junior year?
My speed.
That's it? Just speed?
Speed, and I got to get in the weight room more. Strength.
I was about to say, I mean, you're definitely not a center, but, you're lanky, you're long. Hey, the gyms are open back up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been working out with this trainer lately. Mm-hmm. I have a session today at 3, so.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Now, what are you working on with the trainer? Is it more upper body or is it the entire body?
It's entire body.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I just started my first session on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. His name is Banks. He's a pretty good trainer. He's a good guy. We were working on footwork. We were working on strength. We were deadlifting. We were doing all types of lifting exercises to get stronger. And this comes from, and I'm still working with some of the guys that I work out with the coach, that coach with the Hurricanes still, Coach Eugene. Mm-hmm. He's a great guy. He keeps in touch with me to make sure I'm doing well all the time.
And this is a big year for you because you look at it, you're going into your junior year, you're ever so close to graduating, you only have one more year of school, and this is the time where junior year you start to really put on your best tape. You have to make sure that you put on your best performance each and every game because you just don't know who is watching or when you send your tape out, who is going to see it. So for you specifically, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's all or nothing this year. I feel like I gotta ball out. I gotta give everything, every single play, every single practice, everything I got. There's no giving up this year.
Torres, I really do appreciate you coming on, and best of luck your junior year, and hopefully, the virus can now push aside. Hopefully, we can move on from this, and there'll be some football because there's players like yourself, there's seniors who either do not have any commitments, do not have any offers, or have very little interest, and they need the season to be able to find themselves an opportunity to be able to go to college.
Yeah, I hope this year. I hope everything goes well, and I appreciate for you having me.
No problem. You're welcome to come back on anytime as well.
Yeah, no problem. It's fine. Anytime.
That'll wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
All right.